when something happens. For instance, I see here that on February 25, between those hours, the running water will be turned off. And this is important for me to know, because if I will now not know this, you may experience in that period of time, I don't know, an increase in the calls that you receive into the contact center. Also, the bot is informing me that my upcoming payment is due on 13th of February. This depends very much on the type of notifications that you want to push. Also, I see here that I have access to different modules. I have a rent module where I will find information related to my invoices. I can make a payment if I want to. If I'm not able to make the payment and the invoice is due, I can easily inform that I am not able to do that, and automatically we can trigger a separate process on that. Then we have the repair module that will allow me either to report an issue and to schedule a repair when something happens in my house, or you can use this module in another way. For instance, you know for sure that, I don't know, the house number 23 has to do the annual inspection for a boiler. Yeah, automatically you can push that notification and send an email to the tenant, and he can from there start the conversation with the virtual assistant in order to schedule the appointment to a time that is convenient for him. Then I have this section, we call it My Appointments, that allows me to have an overview of the upcoming appointments. I can easily modify an appointment. I don't know, maybe I have something scheduled for tomorrow at 3 o'clock, but I just realized that I will not be home. So I can start the conversation with the bot, and super easy, I can modify that appointment. Then we have we called it complaint module, where I can report all kind of behavior. Either we are talking about, for instance, antisocial behavior or other problems that I may face as a tenant. And then the last part, get in touch with us, where I can update my personal information. I don't know, maybe I change my phone number. I need to update that into the system. I can do it via the virtual assistant, or maybe I need to get in touch with a person, a real person. I can do that from here, because the platform, as you know or not, covers also this live chat functionality, as we call it, meaning that when the user doesn't want to talk with the bot anymore, or when the bot doesn't know how to answer to a specific question, we can automatically transfer that conversation to a human person. And I will start. Let's take a look at the rent balance functionality. I was telling you earlier that here I can have an overview of my account balance. You remember that I am in the context of an authenticated conversation. So the bot will be able to access the core system to pull the information from there and then to show it to me right here. And if I go deeper, he will ask me what type of invoice I want to see. Maybe I want to see just the rent invoices or just the services one. I will just see all of them. Automatically, I have here a list of all the invoices. And for instance, I see here that this one is overdue. It should have been paid in January, actually, but I didn't pay. What I can do directly from here, from my account section, I can easily download the invoice if I want to have it in as an image, as a PDF file. I can download it and I can see it, and the bot is asking me if I want to pay it now. If I say yes, for instance, automatically he will generate the payment link, and once I click on that, I will be redirected to the payment processor where I will enter the information related to the payment. Of course, this is just a mock-up page. Coming back to the functionalities that are available right here, I can, for instance, request a delay because I didn't pay it already. I know that I don't have the money right now. I can request a delay. I don't know if this is applicable for you. You will have to tell me that, but it's important to know that in the bot, in the virtual assistant, we can set up all kind of rules that will allow him to collect information from the tenant, and based on that to apply, let's say, different paths of actions. Okay, does it make any sense so far?
Yes, I think in the context of the policies that you wanted to apply around that, if you wanted to offer that as an option for your residents, you can see how we can easily create a script that will navigate against the various rule sets. You can also push this out to, or escalate it to live chat, or put it out to a specialist team if there's a conversation to have around how that payment schedule might need to be managed. So I think you can see the principles there of what you can apply. It's all customizable in terms of applying policies, and rules against a particular set of criteria that come in on a resident by resident basis. So you can apply the flow based on the information associated with the status of the resident account. Okay, let's move on to repairs.
Yeah, let's move on to repairs, because this is an important part of the virtual assistant. And I was telling you at the very beginning that you can use these functionalities in two ways. And I will start by reporting here that I have an issue. Something happened in my home. Yeah, I have some problems, let's say, with the sockets, and the fuse is blown right now. So I will need an electrician to help me. And I will just say right here that one of the sockets has a problem. Automatically the virtual assistant understands the intent, understands the problem, and knows that has to find me, to help me to find an electrician. He will ask me to upload into the conversation a photo of this issue, and this is very important because later on you will see in the demo the worker that will get access to the appointment will get also the whole conversation history. So if the tenant uploaded here a conversation, the worker will have a better understanding about what happened. Let's say yes, I will upload a photo, and let's try with this one. I uploaded the photo of the fuse, and going to the next phase where the virtual assistant is actually asking me when I prefer to schedule the repair. And let's say I would prefer to do it tomorrow, somewhere in the morning, maybe around 10 p.m. let's say, or 10 a.m. sorry. Okay. And based on that, automatically he will search into the database and will show me the list of electricians that are available around this hour for tomorrow. And I have here all the electricians that were found into the system. I can have here, I don't know, reviews about them, a picture, so I would know when he's coming to my place. I will know who he should be. And once I confirm, I get again a summary of my reservation, of my appointment. I will confirm that this is, let's say, yes, this is correct. And once I do that, automatically a ticket will be opened. We will have a list of appointments, and I will show you then into the demo how the worker, the electrician, can use the virtual assistant in order to solve, let's say, his day-to-day tasks. Now let's say that, okay, I schedule this repair with the electrician, but I just realized that I lost my phone, so I changed my number, but I never updated that information into the system. So tomorrow when he will come and he will call, he will not be able to get in touch with me. So I will say here, I changed my phone number. How can I update it into the system? Let's say. And automatically, the virtual assistant is triggering this, let's call it update personal data workflow, where I have all the information that are linked to my account. I see here the first name, the last name, the phone number, email address, and so on. And let's modify something just for the for demo purposes. I will save that. Yes. And automatically, you saw it took me like what, 3 seconds to update that information into the system. Now this was the kind of repair that was reported by me as a tenant. But I told you earlier that we can have those kind of repairs that we called it scheduled repairs, meaning that you as a housing association, you know that for tenant 1, 2, 3, you will have to do the boiler inspection, I don't know, next month. So what you can do automatically, you can send, for instance, notification to all those tenants, notifications that will allow them to schedule the inspection to a date that is convenient for them. Because what we noticed from practice, discussing with people from that area, was that they were scheduling the inspections without taking into consideration the schedule of the tenant. So the worker will go to the house to do the inspection, but no one will be home. So there is a lot of time, of money that you can lose just by, it's a lack of communication, let's say.
Mm, yeah.
I don't know if works if this process works the same for you on, or how you do the scheduling process.
It's definitely something we're striving towards, Christina.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I had right here. Yeah, please. I guess someone wanted to say something or not.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, did you have the similar challenges that Aspire have with no shows, you know, so people turning up at properties and not being able to complete what they were going for?
Yeah, I think there's that. There's I mean, we've been trying to get sort of like scheduling tools in for ages. We've got a little bit of we need to do something within the business areas first before I think we can fully achieve this. But with the merger, who knows what could happen?
Yeah, it's a proper time to adjust some processes, let's say.
Exactly, a good shake up.
Yeah. Okay, so what you see right now on my screen, it's an example of a notification that can be sent, but your system, if you have it, if not, we can super easy build it into it, because we have into the Drake platform. This is our platform. It's the place where the bots are born, let's say. So here we have these workspaces, as we call it. Think of it as a mini CRM, where the bot will write all the information that is retrieved during the conversation. And for instance, right here, we can define a workspace dedicated for workers. And I see right here, for instance, all the appointments that were scheduled within a specific period. I see the worker name, I see the status, I see the name of the tenant that scheduled the appointment, and so on. Of course, you can define different views and forms based on the information that you need to understand. So here, if I go deeper on one of the appointments, I will see here the ticket number, the description, so what the tenant declared, let's say when he made the appointment. I have all the information related to the tenant and all the information related to the worker. And I will change a little bit the roles now, because I want to play also the role of an worker. Okay, so I made this appointment with an electrician because my fuse had a problem. I will play now the role of this electrician that will use the bot in order to solve the tasks that he has for a specific day. And this time I will talk with the bot from another channel. I will use WhatsApp because as a worker, I'm thinking that it's much more convenient for me to have the bot installed on my phone in WhatsApp, and there I can start the conversation with him. I have a different menu as a worker that I can define, and I said right here that I want to see the appointments that were done for me. This is the one that I just scheduled earlier. I see the date when it is scheduled. I see the description, what the tenant added. I see the client, we call it client name. Actually, this is the tenant name, the address where I should go. And if I want to see more details about that, I can easily ask the bot to bring more details from the system. Now, once I am at the tenant home, let's say, and I start working on that specific fuse, at any point I can update the status on this appointment. And let's say, for instance, that I was there at the home, I solved the problem. I will use the virtual assistant to update also this information into the system. Let's say it was solved, the fuse was fixed. And once again confirming that the information is correct, and once I confirm that, it will be automatically transferred. The information will be transferred to the core system. More than that, at the end of this flow, we can trigger feedback collection flow, because it's important to see how satisfied is the tenant by these services that he is receiving. What can we do in order to improve the services that we are offering? So at the end of this flow, after after it was fixed, okay, the worker was there, I should receive an email as a tenant this time. I have right here the email that was just sent 0 minutes ago, telling me that my ticket was updated with the following comments by the worker, and in the same time I am asked to provide some feedback, and I can start the conversation with the bot from here, and I can actually provide the feedback, and this, I imagine, will help you to improve the services that you are offering. And here, of course, you can design any feedback collection that any feedback flow that you need. So depending on what information you want to collect here, we will train the virtual assistant with those specific questions. What is very important to mention here is the fact that once the feedback is collected, again, if you go into the Read platform, in the workspace, in the dedicated workspace, you can have here an overview of all the feedback that was collected. Of course, we can design all kinds of reports that can be generated from the platform and so on. What do you think so far? If you have any questions or...
It all looks really good. I have one
Okay.
quick question, which is very, very minor. When you clicked on that link from the email, did that take you straight to that satisfaction form, or did it take you to the repair section and they have to click on that to get to the satisfaction form?
We can design, this is a demo bot, but we can design the model behind, let's say, to redirect the tenant directly into the feedback flow. What I added here is this step of checking if the tenant is authenticated into the conversation or not, because for me it's very important to know who is. And you see, once I confirmed, because some information is still cached because I'm playing different roles on the same laptop, so it's a little bit complicated. But as you see right here, automatically the feedback collection is triggered, and this is just an example here. How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with our performance regarding your recent service and repair? Let's say somehow satisfied. Now collecting some information about the worker. Was he on time? It depends very much how you want to make it look. Okay, was he professional? Yes, he was. How satisfied are you with the quality of the repair? Very satisfied. And that's it. At the end, everything it's collected, and you can see it into the platform. Or of course, if you want to use a different system to store the information, to collect the information, you can also do that.
Yeah, no, looks good.
Could you show the antisocial behavior?
Yes, of course.
Justin next year.
Let's ask him, because I don't know what that is. How can I recognize an antisocial behavior? And I have right here, you see, he is guiding me, giving me some examples of what is an antisocial behavior. I have here the list. And at the end, he is asking me if I need help in reporting this ASB. Yes, please. And automatically, I will have this form being rendered for me, while the virtual assistant will collect all the information related the person that did that, the address where it happened, a short description, I don't know. Let's say domestic abuse. Where am I here? The location. I just have to fill in some information here because it's mandatory. You can. Okay. Has it happened before? Let's say yes. How would you like to be contacted? By email. Anytime. And then I choose to save the information. And again, as I showed you earlier for the other examples, again here I can have everything centralized, and I will see here everything that was reported. And I don't know, maybe if you have a dedicated person in your team that will analyze that, and based on that will trigger a specific action, he will have all the information here, and you can go deeper and add here, I don't know, all kind of automation that he can trigger directly from here. Not sure how the process is in real life, what happens after the tenant reports on antisocial behavior.
Yeah, we could do things like create a case number and give even contact details, or you know, an SLA on when to expect somebody to be in touch and that sort of thing. Again, depending on what your policy is, you know, we can extend it, you know, as far as is practical, you know, in terms of how you want to you know, deal with the complaints. But at least it's registered, logged, case number, can all be automated, so we can go as far into that process as you feel is appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
You can also upload pictures, can't you? So for fly tipping, for example, Heather, which I know we've talked about in the past. You know, you can put a fly tipping photographs in, and if that's then pushed out to say a caretaker or concierge or estate managers, then you know, that could be put into their workflow to then be able to track that, and they can upload before and after pictures and so on. You can track, you know, when it's been actioned, chase up if it hasn't been actioned, you know, put all sorts of workflow around you know, you're at your service level to get those sort of things completed.
Yeah, it's good. It's all nice and tidy.
Sorry, Heather, go on.
No, sorry, I was just saying it looks good because it's all nice and tidy. It's all in one area, isn't it? It's good.
I've got a quick question. If you've got existing...
Just, excuse me a sec.
Sorry, Lydia, go
on. If, let's say, fly tipping or any other example, if you've got existing pictures, will you be able to view them in the chatbot window, or is it just for the background use? If someone uploads it,
you can do it. If the bot can retrieve it from somewhere, he can show it to you. Okay, and cool. In the same time, he can collect from you photos that can be passed later on.
Thank you.
Are you, I'm not sure how much you've got left, Christina, but are you okay for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Brill.
I just want to show one more use case, and then I will stop, I promise.
No, it's good. It's good. I hate stopping you because it's really interesting.
Okay, so but another use case, because Steve mentioned it earlier, what you saw so far were examples of, let's say, situation when the virtual assistant is able somehow to help the user end to end in the process, right? But we can define some rules in the process, and at some point we can transfer the conversation to a human. And let's take this example with the mold. I will say right here, I think I have some issues related to mold. Okay, you saw I did it on purpose. Even if I just want to show the fact that if you train the model very well, he will be able to understand somehow the intent. It doesn't matter if you write the sentence, if you misspelled something or anything else, he will be able to understand. So here, he will help me to report this mold and dump issue. Yes. I think I have somewhere. Yeah. And automatically he will open a ticket into the ticketing system, but in the same time he will trigger and will transfer this conversation to a real person, to an expert, let's say, in this subject. But of course, not before taking the GDPR content. And once I agree on that, he will trigger the live chat functionality that we have into the platform. I kept this information with Q1 and Q2 just for demo purposes, because I want you to know that, for instance, if you have dedicated persons in the teams in the call center. I don't know, you have a team that will be in charge in handling the complaints, another team that is in charge with solving problems related to antisocial behavior. Automatically, the bot will understand the intent, and based on that can transfer the conversation to a dedicated team and queue, of course. I will just select it manually, and now I will be switching again the roles and playing the role of the back office employee, the agent.
Just a quick point on that, Christina.
Yeah.
The point there is what we're talking about is we can have a manageable escalation database in there. So if there are any hot topics that you just want going straight to a person, we can actually build that so you can manage that yourselves. So obviously with all the things that have been going on in the press, we're using Mold at the moment, but obviously that could be something different in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, depends on the keywords, let's say, that you want to use.
Yeah.
And I am right here in the agent interface, and I see the person that is waiting in the queue to be transferred. I can connect with it. I get, very important, I get access to the whole conversation history. So I know what the tenants discussed before with the bot. So no need for me to ask again the same questions. I see here a subject. I see that he was transferred to me with a property management issue. I have the information related to the tenant because he's authenticated into the conversation, so I know who he is. Of course, here we can define all kind of recommended actions that the agent can trigger while he's in the conversation with the tenant. And this is a live conversation between the two of them, so live. Okay. Another important thing is that me, as a back office agent, I have here by my side my own virtual assistant that I can use while I'm in the conversation with the tenant. I don't know, maybe the tenant asks me for some information that I don't have, but I can take that from an external system. If the system is linked with the virtual assistant, I can ask the virtual assistant to retrieve that information from me. Or as you can see here as an example, while I'm into this conversation, I can update in real time the information on the ticket that was opened before. At the end of the conversation, I'll be requested to choose a resolution for this, and also the client, the tenant, will be asked to rate the experience that he had with the contact center person.